All right. Should be live here in just a second. Let's see. All right, looks good. Everything is loaded. Now let's see if anyone shows up. We'll give her about 10 minutes. All right. Got my chat open. Everything's popped open. Hopefully some people show up. Would be good and fun. We shall see. What's up, Kevin? Doing good. How are you? A lot happened this week. A lot we can make predictions about. Yeah, let's hope so, Joel. Let's hope so. Let's be hopeful. If not, yeah, we just call the stream. Yeah, hopefully. Good. Kind of a crazy weekend of football. A lot of teams lost, some teams won. Very good assessment by me. Some shocking teams are very bad this year, like the Chiefs, the Bills, Texans look pretty bad. Cowboys look pretty bad. 49ers look bad. Packers look bad. Jets look pretty good. 30-10. That's a pretty big win. Jets could be a force this year. Probably better than the Bills anyway. Yeah, if a team tied, their season's over. The Raiders and the Seahawks probably won't be winning any kind of Super Bowl this year. Who else tied? We can just eliminate those teams. The Dolphins and the Bears won't be winning anything this year, and neither will the Raiders or the Seahawks. Nope. I don't care. If you tie in the preseason, you're a bigger loser, and you will lose a lot of games. That's how it goes. Patriots are probably winning the Super Bowl. They scored 50 points today on a team that went to the NFC Championship. I got the Pats in the Super Bowl for the AFC right now. Probably playing the Eagles, it looks like. Maybe the Giants. Yeah, Giants or Eagles versus Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'm leaning on the Giants. They gave up less points. So right now we're looking at a round 3 Patriots-Giants Super Bowl with the Patriots probably winning. That's kind of what we can take from this week, is that the Patriots and Giants are the two best teams in the NFL. That's playoffs, 100%, Kenny. Do you guys not read the title of the stream, Joel and Kevin? I would X the chat and reread the title, and then maybe read the description of the stream. Yeah, Joel. I was gonna say what? Yeah, no shit, dude. It's the preseason. But every year there are people out there. This is a mock stream. I'm mocking people basically doing this, because there are real people out there that will actually take something from this, from a game where no starters played for like any team really, other than like a couple plays, and be like, well, let's make serious analysis out of this. And the idea of this stream is to sort of sit here and kind of make fun of them. Yeah, Packers are cooked, Kenny. I don't know. You guys are going to be the worst team in the division. Like Lions are Vikings may win it. Lions are 1-1, which isn't great. Yeah, Packers are a pretty bad team. They lost to the Jets, and they lost 30-10. 49ers may be one of the worst teams. Titans are bad. 49ers are bad. Who else is real bad? Those are the two worst, it looks like. And then the Packers. Two teams didn't even score 10 points. That's pretty pathetic. Their offenses are broken. Yeah, it looks like Minnesota could win it all. Shadur Sanders could be Rookie of the Year with the way he played. But you also have to take into account, what's up, Jacob? That Trayvon Henderson, for the Patriots, the Ohio State running back that they drafted, he could win MVP or Rookie of the Year too. He was unstoppable against a very good Commanders team that went to the NFC Championship last year. Jane Daniels didn't look good at all in that game. They actually benched him before the game. They didn't even let him play. He's so overrated. They're like, you know what? We're tired of this. Benched him. Didn't even have him dress. That's pretty bad. Drake May played in this game and was a monster. They couldn't stop him. Some teams are a little bit more serious. Oh yeah, if you're an Ohio State fan, you're probably going to miss a guy in actual series. Chiefs are over. They lost to the Cardinals. I don't know. The Titans only scored 7 points. They're pretty bad. See, Joel, in order to do that, you got to make sure that one team in the division didn't finish worse than them for the following week. But I mean, you could be right. Texans could be the worst team in the division. What else we got going on from week 1? That's funny to look at. It is very funny the Patriots put up 48 points in a preseason game. That just means on like every single aspect of depth, the Patriots are way better than the Commanders. Jordan Love got benched. Damn, that's pretty tough. The Patriots took out Drake May because they were blowing the Commanders out so badly that they were like, let's not risk our players. No, but in all actuality, the only thing you can take away from the preseason is like, my team's got okay depth compared to the team that we just played. That's it. That's the only actual like serious level of analysis you can pull from the preseason. By the way, make sure you guys drop likes, help the stream out. Maybe we can actually get make the stream look pretty good tonight. But you know what I mean? So like, for example, I don't think the Lions played any actual like good starters in this game. No, there's going to be worse team. The Titans are going to be really bad, Joel. Not even using the preseason. They didn't do anything to improve their football team, and they have no line. I don't know what they're doing. They got Cam Ward, I guess. That's not really going to change much. Titans could be the worst team in the league this year. Saints are up there too. Let's see who could be the worst teams. I think the Jets are on that list. They're in kind of a weird rebuild year. Saints, Titans, fucking Jaguars are 50-50 on if they'll be bad. Giants could be pretty bad again this year. It's kind of a toss-up. And the rest of it's kind of a question mark on if they'll be good or not. Yeah, Hooker really sucks. Yeah, he dominated the Packers like he usually does. Kicked the shit right out of them. It is funny though that like Aaron Glenn, his first game as a head coach was against a team that he dominates in the Green Bay Packers as a defensive coordinator. But it's pretty, whatever. A guy kicked a 70-yard field goal. He's probably going to hit one of those in a game this year. So we'll probably see the. That's actually one of my real predictions. Is that we'll see the kick record get broke this year, because it's only like 64 or 65 yards or something like that, maybe 66. And if this guy's out here hitting the 70, he probably will hit like 69, 68 in the regular season. So that'll be interesting. I don't know about all that, but I'm pretty sure he'll actually break the kick yard record. 66, yeah, he'll probably break that. If he's actually real, Cam Little will probably break the distance record. Coach that leans offense. Seems like a legit kicker. Let's see what else we got going that we could overreact about. Steelers and Aaron Rodgers look like one of the best teams in the league. That's interesting. It could be Steelers Patriots to go to the Super Bowl this year if we're looking at everything. Kind of looking like that'll be the matchup. That kid will have to visit and cut more. Oh yeah, they probably already drug tested him for hitting 70. They're probably like, yeah, that's a load of horse shit. You don't get to just hit 70 yards. Yeah, Joel, do you know what the AFC Championship is? That's the game where the two best teams in the AFC play for the right to go to the Super Bowl. In the NFC, it's called the NFC Championship game. I'm pretty sure I said for the AFC Championship. I think I said the Steelers and Patriots will play for the championship, meaning AFC Championship. Super Bowl isn't called the championship. It's called a Super Bowl title, Super Bowl trophy. So when you say championship, you generally are shorthanding conference championship. Could be a pretty good game, Patriots Steelers. Old Aaron Rodgers versus young Drake May. And who cares? Maybe the Patriots will play the Steelers in the Super Bowl. You never know. Maybe they'll make an exception and both teams will be so good, they'll both be undefeated this year. So they'll want them to play in the Super Bowl. You never know, Joel. Browns, Patriots. Yeah, they could be in there. They dominated the Panthers, who look pretty bad again this year. Did the whole AFC South lose? No, only Tampa Bay won. Damn, dude. It looks like only Tampa Bay is going to be good in the NFC South this year again. Not a surprise. That's a dog shit division. Tampa's winning that one. Tampa will be one of the best NFC teams again, though. At least they'll be a top offense again this year. Like a reality. Like that's actually probably going to happen. I can only imagine that Tampa's only going to get better and better and better at offense. Yeah, no, the Buccaneers may actually be a top 10 offense. Or what were they, top 5 last year? I wouldn't actually be surprised if the Bucs were a top 5 offense again. They only improved offensively. There are real takes you can have in this they don't have to be outlandish. But again, try to keep it based on this. But like you can also be like, hey, I have a real thing that I think might happen. Like light predictions. Like, yeah, Tampa should be a top offense again this year if they stay healthy. That's a kind of an obvious one. Lions should be fine. I don't know what to think about the Browns. If they have a quarterback, they could actually be a good team. We'll see. This is the least surprising score. Okay, so you want to know what my least surprising score of the week is? The Eagles beating the Bengals 34-27, because that looks like it could just be a regular season Bengals-Eagles game. Baker has been a Buck long enough. He should have all of the Cleveland out of his system this year. I mean, it's been gone. When he went to the Rams for that like short chunk of time, I think they got it all out of him. What's up, Jake? Do you think the Lions offense will be top offense? Yeah, 100%. Here, let me explain why. So for the Lions, they had a coach call all their plays for like Dan Campbell came into Detroit and like instituted his offense, not really like the other team's offense, right? Or like someone else's offense. He wasn't like having his offensive coordinator design a playbook or anything. It's Dan Campbell's offense, like number one. And that offense is a crapshoot or a branch off of the Saints' old offense, right? So basically, Denver and Detroit run very, very similar offenses. If you go watch Denver and the way they kind of run things, it'll look very similar to the way the Lions do things, but I think they have more of an emphasis on They throw it more, and so did the Saints, right? So when you go back to Drew Brees playing for New Orleans, and you go back to New Orleans with Sean Payton, they were a throw. They ran a very similar offense to what the Lions run. You can see like it's almost 1-to-1 to 1. However, like how things tend to change as they go along, with like Bill Walsh having the West Coast offense, and then you see guys like Andy Reid come out of that and turn it into a more throw heavy offense. You see guys like Mike Shanahan come out of that and turn it into a more run heavy offense. And again, you see the variations change, but they all kind of link back to that. Sean Payton comes from, oh fucking Christ, I think one of the Reeds or Mike Holmgren. Either way, I think he has like a really weird Frankenstein pass heavy version of a West Coast offense to some extent. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know the exact base for Sean Payton, but I'm pretty sure it's West Coast slanted out to be more pass. But then it goes back to Dan Campbell, and that pass becomes more of a run heavy based offense. And that's kind of where you have the Lions and Dan Campbell bringing in this kind of like Saintsy, more run first offense. But it's the same, but run first to like what Denver does, which is more pass first. And you can kind of see things are kind of very similar. And then you bring in John Morton, the offensive coordinator, who was, or one of the offensive minds early with the Lions, who already knows Dan Campbell, knows how the offense, knows the system. He goes over to the Saints or to the Broncos to be Sean Payton's offensive coordinator. Now he comes back to Detroit. So again, he was with the same offense he's been with, but the more pass heavy version. Now he's coming back to the same offense, but the more run heavy version. It's like, I'm not really worried about the Lions. They'll probably be better. I'm going to be honest. One of the issues with the Lions is they weren't the great, like Ben Johnson's a really good play caller and really knows how to like dial up like really good. Like he knows how to like offensively and like, what's the word? He knows how to play like in people's minds, and like call plays. One thing that I don't like is that he won't take like obvious plays that will 100% work. If you're a Lions fan, how often did you guys run the ball on 3rd and 3? Like never, like ever. Did you ever do it? In playoff games, you didn't. We've seen that. How often did you like do weird long throws on 3rd and 3, or did you do like trick plays on 3rd and 3? Almost every time, right? To the point where it was so frustrating. Like, it's like, we're averaging 8 yards a carry. Run the fucking ball on 3rd and 3. Like, the Lions on like very short yardage refused to run the football because Ben Johnson had it in his mind that those plays, the defense is set up for a run, so you get a free long pass. And it would work. Like, every so often it works, but like at the same time, when it doesn't work, it becomes kind of disastrous. So I don't know. Maybe the Lions will be more efficient on offense and actually just run the ball more instead of just trying to force throws when it's not working. Because I listened to Ben Johnson talk, and he talked about how much he hates running on like short yardage situations. He thinks it's a waste. No, the Lions are probably the best running team in the NFL. Them or the Eagles are the number one rusher. Like, the Lions probably have the number one rushing attack. Eagles probably have the number one rush game. Lions are very good at running the football. They have no issues running the ball. None whatsoever. Yeah, no, they'll probably lead the NFL in rushing this year. It'll be very close. None. They have no issues running the ball. They win games just because they can outrun teams. Both of their running backs, I think, averaged over 5 yards a carry last year. No, they should have ran more. Their only issue with running is that Ben Johnson hated running the football. That was the Lions' issue with running, is that they should have done it way the fuck more than they did. Even Craig Reynolds, their 3rd string running back, would be a starter on like 8 or 9 different rosters in this league. Like right now, Craig Reynolds could start for, let's see. He could start for the Saints. Well, Kamara's there, but you know. Never mind. He could start for the Packers 100%. Cardinals. Titans. Jaguars. The Bills. Fucking Houston too. Put them up there. The Commanders ain't got nobody in the backfield worth the fuck. Colts. Taylor's fucking too old. By the way, I'm brutal on running backs. So I genuinely do think that Reynolds would be a starter or the number 2 with a lot of carries. And the 2 in a tandem with most of those teams. I don't really think these teams have good backs. Lions are cracked. Yeah, all teams should stay healthy. Gibbs 2,000. Are you meaning scrimmage yards or running yards? Because I doubt he gets enough singular carries to go 2,000 on just like pure ground. And they're also going to use him in the run game a lot this year, in the pass game a lot. He's been lining up out wide and being utilized in pass heavy situations as a slot receiver. Yeah, that sounds terrifying, by the way. The fact that they're lining Gibbs up on the outside now, that's a frightening proposition, which means that, you know, the role that J-Mo played in the years past, where they would have J-Mo do a lot of like end arounds or line up out wide and have him come back. That's probably what Gibbs will be doing now. That like outside receiver type kind of weird role that they use J-Mo, because I believe J-Mo is now just the Lions' X receiver who goes deep every play. You know what I mean? Like I don't think J-Mo is a gadget player. I think J-Mo's the X now, because Amon's kind of like the slot. He's the number 1 receiver, Amon-Ra, but he's not really an X receiver because he doesn't have that speed in him. He's more like he's like an overpowered slot receiver. I don't know how to describe it. He's like a wide receiver. He's like Mike Evans, if that makes sense. That's that kind of pheno thing where it's like, yeah, he's not like Chris Godwin is the X on the Bucks because fucking Evans isn't that fast. Like, if you want to run a go, you're gonna throw it out to Godwin because he's the fastest guy, and that's how the Lions are gonna be set up. They're gonna stop risking J-Mo doing end arounds and horse shit like that. At least that's what they should do. That's the smartest opinion on my end. Because J-Mo could be like, you know, still do the end arounds with J-Mo, but he should probably just be a receiver now. You know what I mean? And then have Tesla play slot. Boom. That's a dangerous. By the way, can we say one thing? I'm so sick of the Detroit Lions. That Isaac Tesla is going to be a superstar wide receiver, by the way. And that is now, what is that, 2 4th-round receivers that the Lions are just like, look what we got. We got Amon-Ra late round. We got Isaac Tesla late round. And it's to the point now where it just feels like a team like the Patriots, right? They can't draft any receivers. The best receiver we've drafted since Julian Edelman is Pop Douglas. I'm not kidding. He's the only good receiver we've drafted in fucking 20 years, probably. Yeah, we're about 20 years away from Julian almost. Isn't that crazy? Pop Douglas. Isaac Tesla is 6'4", runs a 4.4 40, and has crispy routes and unbelievable hands. The Lions did it again, dude. And it's very frustrating because some teams can't even get one receiver in a decade. Lions are like, let's just draft all the good receivers. You guys gotta love that, being Lions fans, that you guys can't even fucking miss on a wide receiver you draft. Like, let's take this guy. Oh, look it, we drafted a faster, taller Puka Nacua. Oh, and he's also a diehard Lions fan. I'm telling you, man, the Lions are a fucking annoying little team. When they win the Super Bowl, that'll be like they're a team that needs to get the Super Bowl because like they have so many cool stories like that on that team. It's almost ridiculous. All right, let's see what else can we overreact to. Nothing in this game. Or did that one? A guy almost died in the Lions game. That's not even an overreaction. I think what does anyone have an update on Maurice Norris? I know he probably broke his neck, but I don't think he's paralyzed. Apparently, he has movement in like his whole body. So it almost seems like it's one of those situations that are a lot worse. That like in the immediate situation where it's like, oh fuck, and then it calmed way down. Yeah, the whole team needs to stay healthy. Yeah, you can't really get hurt. Well, we may even hit 10 whole likes on this stream. That'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't think it was as bad as it initially looked. We did kind of, yeah. Panthers look like shit. Browns look like a Super Bowl contender. Patriots might win the whole thing. This is a funny score, by the way. To win by 30 in a preseason game, it's like, what are the Patriots trying to prove right now? Like, it makes you wonder one of two things about the Patriots. Either they're going to be the sweatiest, most annoying team to play for 20 straight games this year. The 2017 regular, 3 preseason. Or, like, they're going to be real good, and they're just going to play 20 really annoying games. Like, I don't know why the Patriots went so fucking hard against the Commanders. Like, that's a brutal score in a preseason game. To almost hang 50 on a team is to beat the fuck right out of a team. And it's almost a statement, but it's like, why are you making a statement in the preseason? What do you have to prove? But it also kind of immediately sets the tone for what the Vrabel era of the Patriots are going to be. Every game matters to these psychopaths. Dude, they played that game hard as fuck for no reason. They were out there trying their ass off to win that game. I'm like, oh boy, this is like, last year my team couldn't tackle people very well. This year we're already fucking ripping people to the earth. So I'm hoping that it carries over. We look like a team that cares, a team that tries, a team with effort now. It's pretty great. The Bills losing is hilarious. I don't think Josh Allen or any of them played though. So, but it does show a lot that the Bills may be on the decline. Their season may be over. Maybe it's finally time that, they had all that time to win something and they didn't do anything with it. So maybe it's time for the Patriots to kind of rise back and take over. The Giants may be one of the best teams in all of the league. They had the second most amount of points. They tied for the second most points scored this weekend with the Eagles. Are we about to see the once a decade Giants Super Bowl win? Because there's a fun history with Giants. Do you guys know this about the New York Giants? If you look at all their Super Bowls, it goes like late 80s, early 90s or something like that, late 2000s, early 2010s, and that's all 4 of them, right? What do you notice about all 4 of their stupid Super Bowls? They've won one every decade. So you may be thinking like, yeah, but it's what? Yeah, Joel's just fucking around, Mackenzie. This is not a serious stream. But this is a serious statement here. The Giants win in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. Typically, the way they do it, by the way, is they will win late in a decade and then very early in the next decade. That's kind of how both of them, both 2-win titles have gone. So they won late 80s, early 90s, late 2000s, early 2010s, and then they go a very long time without winning a title. You can think about it, the Giants won a title in like the early 90s and then didn't win shit until they upset the Patriots, like almost like 14, 15 years later. But because of the way that they won that title, technically they still won every decade. Kind of similar to what happened last time. They won late in the 2000s, and then they won like 2007, right? And then they win in 2012, and they just haven't won shit since. But if they still win inside of the next 5 years, they still get the once a decade thing. Isn't that kind of crazy? Yeah, they turn into this every time. So this is not uncommon for the Giants to just be dog shit between 2 Super Bowl wins. And if history does repeat itself, and it tends to do so just for the New York Giants, literally just for the New York Giants, they'll probably win it in like 2028 and then like 2021 or 2031, and then they won't win it again until pretty much 2050. if the NFL exists. Yeah, that's how the Giants operate. They'll get 6, but it'll be the most spread out 60-year win run of all time. Does go to show they're a pretty consistent team, though. I will give them credit. Not a lot of teams have 4 Super Bowl titles. And not a lot of teams have the 4 Super Bowl titles in which, like, they won against really solid teams, too. There may be more teams or there won't be an NFL. One of the 2 options. We'll see. By 2050, the NFL may not exist. People may no longer want to play football. We may discover that we just can't play it. That's a real reality for everything. It's not impossible. That's a good overreaction. What year do you guys think the NFL will go away? What's up, Gibbs? I'm a little sad my friend Space Spear isn't here. He's a big fan of these usually. All right, sorry about that. I just went and left a like on someone's stream that I seen was live. Oh, I gotta add. Hey, we're at 8 likes. We need 2 more and we have double digits. If you guys can help out, that'd be cool. The Hawaii Raccoons will be your Super Bowl champions. Hawaii will have a Super Bowl team? Maybe. Browns winning the Super Bowl? I mean, they could. I mean, they're not even the best team in the AFC right now, though. They only scored 30. Well, that's like... Jets also scored 30. They could win the Super Bowl. Yeah, those teams are about the same. That's kind of where I'm at too, Gibbs. I don't think it'll be irrelevant, but I don't think people will want to play it anymore because of safety issues. We can't ignore the Patriots win the Super Bowl, Gibbs. Look at how many points they scored. Against a team, by the way, that went to the NFC Championship last year. They eliminated the Detroit Lions, the Commanders did. And the Patriots handled them like a wet paper towel. Just beat the hell right out of them. Crumble them. Wiped away the crumb on their butt and their mouth in that order. No, I just don't think people will want to play football anymore in like 20 years. Yeah, it's very obvious, at least the way I look at it. Vrabel will be coach of the year. We probably got MVP, defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year, rookie of the year locked up. We're winning all the awards based on what I just saw. Keon White will be your depoy. It's going to be a tough year for everybody. Maybe even Christian Gonzalez wins depoy. Carlton Davis is co-defensive player of the year. Former Detroit Lion. My hot take is that Carlton Davis picks off Jared Goff for the Lions to win or for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, it's a double revenge game. Wonder who wins in week 1 in the double revenger. No. I think a preseason. No, it wouldn't be. I don't want that. No, we don't need extra games like that. No team would want to do that, Vig. I'm not risking my fucking good depth players for a fucking bullshit title. Nope. I don't think that's a good idea. You gotta remember, because this is a game with actual injuries in it. It's not like baseball or fucking basketball where you can just do goofy shit like that in the middle of the season and it's fine. It's just like, you can't do that. Guys will get hurt. They're like owners and like the guys who run their teams would be like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Lions last year should prove how important it is to have a ton of backups stay healthy. But yeah, that's a good point, actually. We lost everybody. Good point. Never mind. That was a bad idea. Not to shit on you, Gibbs. You know, I don't like to discourage people from sharing ideas, but that's a silly one right there. Coming from a Lions fan, that's really funny. Jets or the Browns. What about the Patriots? Does everyone not know the Patriots scored 48 points last week? What's the argument over the Patriots, Cameron? Because again, the Patriots won 48-18. They had 30 pointed a team this weekend. Nope. We only do it for week 1. The rest of it, I actually think you can take things away. Patriots is another possibility. They're the most likely team to win it all this year right now. Look at how good they are. Show me another team that put up 48 points. That might be a preseason record of points scored. Hold on a second. What is the most points scored in an NFL preseason? 70. Damn. Packers put up 59. I hate shit like that. That was like one of the highest scoring preseason totals of all time. It's like at top 10. Landon Dickerson has a potentially... He's an Eagle, right? Dickerson? Patriots 10-7. Yeah, I had 11 and 6 probably for myself. Yeah, team dropped 70 in a preseason game, which is hilarious. That's not good. Fucking, it won't matter though. The Eagles have like 8,000 offensive linemen somehow. They just have like a revolving door of big ass dudes who can block. Yeah, but the Eagles lose linemen all the time and nothing happens from it. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. They've lost like Hall of Fame caliber linemen over the past couple of years, and they have the best line in the NFL still. It's just, I've never seen anything. It's like your guys' stupid offensive line, Gibbs. I love how Lions fans are like, oh, Lions gonna be bad this year, and fucking Ratledge looks like the fucking one of the greatest up and coming guards in the NFL. It's like, yeah, never mind. They're not gonna miss fucking Ragnow even a little bit. Ratledge already looks like a dog. Yeah, Slater out for the year is tough. You know what sucks for Slater is he got immediately linked to Penei Sewell. And Penei Sewell, it's so unfair that those two got linked, because I feel like Rashawn Slater would get a lot more notoriety if Penei Sewell wasn't in his draft class. Because again, you have to look at it like, yeah, Slater's great, but like Penei Sewell is like one of the greatest potential right tackles in league history at this rate. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but the other guy drafted before him was like the greatest tackle maybe ever almost. He's only like 24, fucking Sewell is. It's unbelievable how young that guy still is somehow. Lions 14-3. Probably like more like 12-5 for the Lions, 13-4. The Lions have a hard schedule, and a lot of the hard games are on like every good team they play is on the road. They got kind of hoed in that department for whatever reason. If you look at the Lions' schedule, it feels personal. It's like, God damn, dude. Every good team on the road. You don't play a single good team in Detroit. Not one. They all got eat. Every single hard team you play is on the road. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I can see the Lions beating the Chiefs. They're not that great. Sewell should. Sewell, I don't think Sewell's disrespected by anybody. I think most people see Penei Sewell as one of the best tackles in the NFL. Yeah, the Lions have a very hard road schedule this year. Comes with winning like 29 games in 2 years though. Who cares what 49ers fans think? Oh, their team hasn't won anything in your entire life. Who cares what them people think? The 49ers are the same thing as the Dallas Cowboys, by the way. It's just the 49ers have been to a couple Super Bowls where the Cowboys haven't. Minnesota is number 1 by quite a bit. Not trying to be a dick, but Lions fans would be up there. They're very high on that list. Philly fans are pretty shitty too. They're way up there with the Lions. Chiefs fans are very fucking annoying. Jets fans, no, I like Jets fans actually. Yeah, Minnesota fans. They wish injuries on players. Yeah, you don't know that, Cameron, but yeah, Vikings fans wish injury on players. They cheer for injuries and shit. Bills fans are fine. They're great fans. They're just annoying. They're fine. No, none of the AFC East fans are that bad. Patriots fans are fucking douche already. But they're not like Patriots fans are a tough one. They're probably up there on the list because nobody likes the Patriots. However, they're a little bit lower to me only because they're also they seem hyper knowledgeable about football, but like they're very obnoxious about their team. It's not that you guys are that stuff. It's the fact that you guys have the biggest victim complex in the entire NFL. Like, you need other teams to say you're good, or you guys like break the fuck down about it. It's nothing personal. You guys have a complex that is so fucking crazy. I've never, like, Minnesota fans talk shit about you guys, and you guys like are like, what the fuck? How dare you? We're just trying to win. It's like, yeah, guess what? They're not supposed to like you. They're your rival. They're gonna shut. Like, Lions fans think everybody should be rooting for them to win because of they have the history of being the Lions, where it's like, no, your division rivals hate you. Sorry to tell you this. They don't like you. They shouldn't. Like, and they're soon, once you guys continue to do good and good and good and build a better and better roster, people are going to start disliking you more. And eventually, once you guys get over having a complex, you won't care that teams dislike you. But the fan base right now is so, like, you want to be beloved still, like, as lovable Lions. But, like, that's not a thing anymore. You guys are too good. Like, and that's fucking with your heads. You're not used to people trying to, like, talk shit and just lie about your team. Like, if I were to say the Lions suck at wide receiver, Lions fans would take that as a serious shot. Like, I would be like, well, our receivers are better than the Patriots. Dude, Diggs is not as anywhere near as good as Amon-Ra is anymore. I'd be like, why would you respond to that? You guys have one of the best receiving cores in the NFL. Tell me to fuck myself. Yeah, and you're not used to, like, when people take shots at your team now, you know your team is good, so you want to defend them. But nobody's actually taking serious shots at the Detroit Lions anymore. The only reason teams do that is to get the GOAT of the opposing. Like, teams are going to fuck with you guys now, and like, you're not, like, it's like this weird thing where Lions fans quite haven't caught on to it yet, which is really weird because when they root for Michigan, they fully understand this. But it's just the Detroit Lions right now. I think they'll get over it. Yeah, Lions fans can't handle the trolling right now. They're at the stage where a team is becoming really good, but like, again, they were so bad, and it's like, they think they're actually getting made fun of, but like, it's like the complete opposite. They're just trying to get your GOAT, and everybody knows how good your team. It's like a funny thing that happens. No, like they'll say shit like Bears fans will come around and be like, dude, the Lions are fucking ruined without Ben Johnson. Like, no actual serious football minds think the Lions are going to be like that much worse without Ben Johnson. Well, some people do, and it's like, yeah, I guess fucking Dan Campbell didn't call plays for the first 3 years of that football team. And then in year 4, begrudgingly let Ben start calling plays. Remember the timeline for this. Ben Johnson was like new to calling plays like 2 years ago. He like helped design plays. That was what he did. And then he'd be like, hey, here are some suggestions. Yeah, they're all stupid. Again, it's a lot of Lions fans not understanding how football works. Because again, this is the first time pretty much every single Lions fan has ever experienced losing a coordinator for a job. And again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to talk shit. Take it from somebody whose team never ever once flinched when this happened to them all the time. Every single year my team loses coordinators. Every year. For about 20 years straight, this happened to us. It would be like 3 years with Josh McDaniels. He'd be gone. A new guy. Josh McDaniels, new guy, Josh McDaniels. Like, that was my team. And then we'd lose every defensive coordinator we'd have every fucking 2 years. And we still were fine. Again, when you have a very good head coach who is the foundation of the team, who kind of sets the tone and kind of has his playbook set, like Belichick and like other good head coaches that always lose their coordinators. Sean McVay is a really good example. Did the Rams ever look worse without their offensive coordinators? Be honest. What's that? Do they? Have the Rams lost a step when they lose their coordinator every single year? Oh, no, they haven't. They look the exact same on offense every single year. Oh, okay, that's cool. Why are we panicking? By the way, Dan Campbell made the Lions offense. He created it. He's like the brain of the offense. You may not believe me, but the Lions did not change their offense at all. It's the same as when Dan Campbell's first year started to what it is now. The same offense with some small changes from Campbell or from Ben Johnson to Morton. Yeah, you want to know why? They have Sean McVay. He designed the offense and he has guys call the plays. That's what fucking Dan Campbell did. He designed his offense and now he has a guy come in and call the plays. It's a very, very simple situation in Detroit. The Rams are basically built. The Lions are built very much like the Los Angeles Rams that won the Super Bowl a couple of years back. Want to know why they are built the same? Because fucking Brad Holmes also scouted basically that whole football team, and they just listened to Brad Holmes and they built that team. There's a reason like the Lions have Isaac Tesla and Amon-Ra St. Brown, who like are like the same receivers that they have in LA. Like it's a very scary, like Cooper Kupp and Amon-Ra St. Brown are very similar receivers, and Puka Nacua and Isaac Tesla are almost 1-to-1. It's very go look at, I'm telling you, go and you'll see this too. The Rams, when they won the Super Bowl, had the most drafted players playing for their team. Like the most players that they draft. Like no team in the league during the Stafford era, I think for the Rams, has drafted more players that have started for that. Like it's crazy. I think for a team to win a Super Bowl, no team had ever drafted and started as many players that the Rams had going on. The Lions are a very similar team. They play a lot of guys they drafted. Yeah, the Bucks are another team. Have the Bucks even flinched on offense the last 2 years losing their coordinators? Probably won't. Again, the Vikings don't really lose their guys. All right, Joel, you have a good night, buddy. There is something about and that's why if you ask me if I'd rather have an offensive-minded or defensive-minded head coach, I'd rather have an offensive-minded head coach. Because even if you lose your defensive coordinator, you could probably promote somebody from within that defense to become the new defensive coordinator. And that's basically going to keep going, right? For the most part. But with offensive coordinating and like stuff like that, you want a coach to come in and build an offense and then hire a guy to like run the offense. That's the safest way to do that, because you're gonna lose your offensive coordinator. Like, he's gonna go as soon as your team gets hot, and that's about a bitch. I'm gonna do another 10 minutes because I do have some plans in some gaming I want to do tonight. And to be fair, I'm literally running out of hot takes. So that's one thing too. Yeah, he doesn't want to play. I think he's already got a Super Bowl, right? He was on that team, right? Some guys don't want to play a super long career. That's fine. Retire with this health. That's what's up. The Anthony Richardson experiment looks like it's going to be a failure based on this week. That's a good one. That was a good take. Bryce Young is bust. Rodgers could win MVP this year. He could. This could be his like 100th or whatever. Mahomes may be cooked. That's a bit sad. He lasted for a while. That was a good run. The Bears. Bears going to lose all their games and just tie every game this year? Question mark. Ben Johnson fired 11 weeks in. You know, one thing I have been hearing is that Bears practices look like really shitty. Like, everything's like disorganized and it's kind of like chaos and shitty. Oh, I don't think you should do injury hot takes. That's bad to do. I'd just delete that. You should never wish injury on a player. That's when you do a hot take and you say a player is going to get hurt. That's wishing an injury on a player, in my opinion. Yeah, I've heard the Bears look like shit. Like, the team looks bad. They lack organization. They lack pretty much everything under Ben Johnson right now. No, just the normal stuff. Do you have it on all messages or just on Top Chat? That's the true question. Yeah, sorry if I sound funny. I'm like, I got like my teeth. I'm trying to get used to wearing them. So I figured like talking for like an hour. Have all of you seen what I look like now with actual, like, the work was worth it. I mean, right? My shit looks good. In normal ass looking person now with real nice teeth. Can't even tell. I don't know. Maybe. No, I'm not. I'm not streaming shit after this. I've already done 2 hours of streaming today. I've already streamed a lot today. Yeah, I'm 32 and I got all that hair. I ain't fucking going bald like some of you people. Some of you guys probably already got shitty hair compared to me. Remember, I'm 32 with that. You want to make fun of the way my hair looks? Just remember, I'm 32 and still got that going down. You'll pray to God that your hair looks like mine at 32. Or that you can that your hair can even look like that still. Yeah, I already watched Tigers win. It's already been a good day for me. It's been a full day. We'll do another 5 here and then I'm getting out of here. I got shit to do. Plus I'm literally just out of takes. Like, that's also a funny reality. How do I have thick hair at that age? I'm not fully like I've explained before. I'm not fully white. That could be a big thing behind it, right? My dad's a Native American half, so that makes me at least a quarter. Um, my dad has a pretty good set of hair. My grandpa had hair when he died on my mom's side. My grandpa on my dad's side still has a little bit of hair. I don't know. I just got lucky. I rolled a 10 on the hair. My mom had very thick, long hair like mine. My hair is very much like my mom's. So like it's almost the same kind of like textury thickness. Your grandpa's Native American? Nice. My grandma was full blooded Native American. She fled from her tribe, or I guess the reservation, when she was like 13 or 14 because she was tired of being at the Indian boarding school where they beat on her. You know what's funny? They tried to change her name, like, and give her like a white person name, even though her name was Alice. They're like, that's an Indian name. Like, no, it's not. That's not. I'm not even joking, by the way. That's why she married my grandpa when she was 15. My grandpa was only 18, by the way. It's not like he's a fucking pedophile. That's pretty good for 1960s. See you later, Mackenzie. Yeah, this stream's just about winding up. That's pretty good. Only 3 years difference. That's not so bad for that time. Yeah, 100%. It was weird they were abusive because it's like these were like the very like already white-eyed Indians. Like they behaved very much like white folk already, so I'm not really sure what the fuck they're why they got beat on. I don't know. Because they kept marrying Indians, probably. Maybe more full blooders. That makes me a quarter. That's all. I don't even consider myself to be Native. I'm a white guy with some Native American roots. Mackenzie might have blocked you. Maybe. Maybe she blocks everybody and no one can talk to her. Well, no, she talks to people all the time. I don't know. Maybe close your chat and reopen it, Gibbs. Sometimes when I'm on YouTube, my chat will stop working and I won't see everybody chatting. It'll just show me and me alone typing. And it's like hyper broken. And then when I refresh it, suddenly a bunch of more people show up. I'm like, oh fuck, okay, it was broken. YouTube chat breaks a lot when there's not a lot of people in a stream. Well, folks, I'm pretty much out of things to talk about if you can't tell. This was a fun little stream. I appreciate everyone who came by. See what I mean by like, I don't mind doing streams to low amounts of people. It's more like as long as it's not like 2 or 3 people. It's just like if we can stay over like 5, 6 people, that's perfect. I don't have a big ego. I don't need 1 million people watching. Oh, we even hit 10 likes. Hell yeah. See, like I had a stream where there was 60, 70 people in it earlier. I'm perfectly content with my 5-person stream here. Perfect. That's all I need for a football stream. This is perfect. There we go. Yeah, my baseball streams are a lot better. I wish I could get them all to come to my football streams, but they just don't do it. It's a great ego checker for me because I go, I'm a big ass streamer now, and then it's like, damn, dude, they're all just here for have a good night, Gibbs. They're all just here for the Tigers, not me. No, I know I'm not the only person covering them now on YouTube. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate it if you listened on the way back through, but I'm going to get out of here and continue with my night. Have a good one. I appreciate y'all hanging out, chatting with me about some bullshit. We made stupid takes, made fun of people who will undoubtedly have these as real takes tomorrow. Yeah, the Blue Jays ones went crazy. We almost hit 200 people in them. That was a silly number of people in those streams. But since those, we're in the like high 50s regularly now. That's probably where I'm averaging lately. Every stream's hitting 1,000, which is great. It's been good. It's been a good run. I'm pretty happy with that. Even after I had to take that week-long break, I was still doing pretty good. Oh yeah, probably. Which I'm shocked that more people haven't just came in and took it away from me. I'm the most toxic piece of shit in. If there was like 2 other options, I would be fucked. And I'd just have to bow out because I'd be like, well, I'm officially cooked. Everybody's moved in on my market. I think there are other people, but I just don't think they have the consistency that I do. And there are people that cover the Tigers, they just don't stream them. It's like me or Chris Castellani, take your fucking pick. I bet you everyone's coming to me anyway. Like it's like that dude. I love Locked On Tigers, but I don't think they cover the actual games. So Bentley's been panicking a lot lately, really bothering me. Yeah, he got really panicky all of a sudden. Like really doom and gloom, and it's really his reaction to the trade deadline was obnoxious. I genuinely was disappointed. I was like, dude, we had a great trade deadline. And by the way, it looks like we had a great fucking Finnegan anyway. We got what we need. We got Finnegan. We maybe should have got a bat. Yeah, and cool because they get their fucking cues from Mike Valeni and people like that guy. I wish more people listened to me about and just had a good one. Locked On is an MLB product, yeah. There's Locked On Reds, there's Locked On everybody. They should let me be the Locked On and Tigers guy. I'd be a lot better. Dude, I'd have the most, it'd be like, doom and the sky is not falling. Woodward Sports needs to just stay out of baseball. Like, they have a somewhat idea what they're doing with football and basketball, maybe hockey too. I don't really know. But based on what I know about baseball, they have no idea what they're talking about with baseball. Like, none whatsoever. And that's okay. They don't need to cover baseball. They can just stay out of it. It's not their sport. They don't get it. They don't understand how it works. They don't understand the nuance in the game. By the way, I guarantee the Tigers are nowhere near as bad as they are actually playing. Do you know that it's not a good idea to play balls to the wall from June through August? Do you know there's a belief that you should just tread water? Like, you start off hot, you get to where the Tigers literally got to, and then you play 500 baseball the rest of the way till September. What are we for the last, like, 60 games? What are we right now? Last 2 months, what are we? 500? What are the Dodgers? 500? What are the Astros? 500? What are all the good teams the last 2 months? 500? What are all the teams that started with like 15 games under 500 that are now like really some of the hottest teams? There is nothing good about winning June, July, and August. You that does nothing for you. You start off hot, tread water so that way your team can stay good. You don't really overdo it, and then you poof, at the end. Brewers are going to tucker them. The Brewers are going to exhaust themselves. I don't know why they're doing. They can literally stop doing that now. They can do exactly what the Tigers did and coast until the middle of September. I promise you, AJ Hinch is too smart of a manager to let his team go balls to the wall like we were doing at the beginning of the year. There's a reason we don't look the same. There's a guarantee. Yeah, they exhaust themselves in the months that no one cares about. There's several teams doing that right now. Blue Jays did it. Brewers did it. Who are some of the other teams? The Mariners did it. There are a lot of teams that just completely wasted their time winning in June, July, and August. It's like, cool, congrats. What did you win? A tired September baseball team. Tigers are going to be pretty rested come September. They're not fucking mentally exhausted because, again, they could just tread water. 500 to get to where they need to be. All right, though, everybody. I'm going to wrap it up here. I gave you an extra 5 minutes. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. As always, it's go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. We're just a few weeks away from, or about a month away from the start of the regular season. I bet you we're all pretty excited. Have a good night. Peace out, and take it easy. Go